Hi everyone, thank you for clicking and tuning into this fourth module in our mandated training video series. This module deals with mandated reports to the Department of Children and Families. All school employees are mandated reporters, which means all school district employees are required to make a report to the Department of Children and Families if you suspect that a student is being abused or neglected by an adult who is responsible for the care and well-being of that child. When you suspect that abuse or neglect is occurring, the main thing is that you only have to suspect a difficulty in one of those two areas. You do not have to do an investigation. You do not have to be responsible for gathering more information about the situation or following up or doing anything related to confirming that abuse or neglect is happening for a student. The law requires only that you make a report if you suspect. The important thing to understand is that no sanctions can come against you if you make a report in good faith because you suspect abuse or neglect, even if that suspicion is not confirmed after DCF does an investigation. It is perfectly okay for you to make a report and for DCF to follow up, meet with the student, meet with the family, and come to the conclusion that abuse or neglect was not present. Please do not worry that you need to have all of the information or be 100% confident that there is a problem before you make a report. When making a report to DCF, you need to have information related to the birth date of the child, whether or not the child has any other siblings, if you can get that information, and the name of the parent, guardian, or person responsible for the well-being of the child. If you are going to be making a report, you need to speak with your building principal to notify him or her that you suspect abuse or neglect and that you will be notifying DCF of that. You can also seek out support from a member of the pupil personnel services team, either the school social worker, school psychologist, or school counselor in your school building to help you as you make a report. If you haven't made a report before, it can be daunting. It's a very serious responsibility, and we do have colleagues who are able to support you in that process. When you are making a report, the first thing you need to do is to make a phone call to what's referred to as the DCF hotline. We have that phone number in our schools. The information about notifying DCF is also on a link at this website where you are viewing the video, so that you can click on that link to get more information also. And what's referred to as making an oral report when you call the hotline. So they'll ask you for information about yourself and then ask you for information about the specifics. You can ask that you remain an anonymous reporter if you'd like. You still need to give your name and information to the person at DCF who is taking down the report. The reason for this is that you are a mandated reporter and there needs to be a record that you met your responsibility as a mandated reporter. But you can ask that your name not be provided to the parent or anyone who asks about who made this report. After you make the oral report, there is a form that has to be filled out and mailed to DCF. Again, your school principal or a member of the PPS team will have a copy of that form and can help you as you fill that out. It's important that you sign the form at the bottom, again, so that you can demonstrate that you met the mandated requirement of making a report. It's also important for you to understand that you can suspect that there is a situation of abuse or neglect, and that the person responsible for that could be a school staff member. There was a situation last school year where there was a concern about suspected abuse or neglect being done by a member of a high school in Connecticut. That brought on a great deal of scrutiny about the process of people making reports when abuse or neglect is suspected at the hands of a school team member. It will be important if you suspect or have a suspicion about abuse or neglect by a member of the school staff that you immediately speak with the school principal to notify him or her of that. And then action will be taken immediately by the administration to make sure that an investigation is done properly. It's very important that you adhere to the mandated reporter requirements. If you suspect abuse or neglect and do not report it, there are risks to your certification being withdrawn by the State Department of Education. There could also be criminal liability on your part if you don't make that report. If you have any questions about the specifics of any of this, please be sure to speak with your building principal or speak with me or a member of the Central Office Administration, and we will be happy to answer your questions and provide any clarification that's needed. Thank you.